V'hine levai, the second paragraph. V'hine levai. Madua ifligu g'doi l'arishoni v'Ramban v'Asforno v'chochmo mailes hamusa. Why the Ramban and the Sforno, they had tremendously afloga. They say, wow, unbelievable what is the chochma of the mile of Mussar. How much the mile of Mussar is unbelievable. V'hine ha-chochom Ayi ben Ezra v'zeh l'shono. Zeh tzaddik l'bracha. Lama nikra nozir? Why he called a nozir a nozir? Lo b'shil she'izir atzmi minayah. Not because he was perish for the wine. Ele mishum nezer elokov harosh. Hashem puts on him a crown on his head. Hashem puts him a crown on his head. There's different small. I'm Beben Ezra Pashas Nozir. She says here a new pshat, a new chidush atzum. A Nazir, not because he's perish from the taiva, because Nazir, you call name Nazir, says the Ibn Ezra, Hashem puts on your crown on your head. Nezer Eloikov al Rosh. Not a crown of human being, a crown of Hashem on your head. He says, Vishtamanu, he's a wonder. The third paragraph. Ve'ra'u, im apratech on one point. Al taives yain al chodesh. 1 year, 1 month he doesn't drink wine. Only 1 month. It's called, they put a nezer, it's called a crown on the head on his head. Lemot chochma sayira, to learn the chochma of yira. Lios Baal Mussar, to be a Baal Mussar. Asher unach shom is there, he put in there. Lios to be. All what you do in the Masar of Chochmah. Umada, likvash kol rutzonos, to conquer all your desires, alachas kama v'kama. If only for not to drink wine, you call nezer loikav al roshoi. Masha'eken, if all your peulas and your kovish is tirotzoy, alachas kama v'kama. Say big. So how much crown on your head you have? 100 times. If on one thing of Nazir, you called Hashem puts a new crown on you. Why? Because you control only one part of what? Not drinking wine. But 1 month. But a person works on his life to work on Mussar. Because all his life means all his actions he puts in the mass of Chochmah, a mother to kovish his ritzonos, alachas hakama. How much crown on his head he would get for it? Unbelievable. So what do you learn from here?
The Chachma era, the ois, the Baal Mussar, this is compared to a Nazir. That's what he wants to say.
By
the way of the Baal Mussar, to learn the Mussar.
He said like this. Baal Mussar means he has a desire, and what is tachlis of the Baal Mussar? That he wants.
Who's he? A regular person?
A Baal.
Not a Nazir.
Not a Nazir. Not a Nazir. Yes, it is. It's a Baal Mussar. What does a Baal Mussar means? That he wants all his actions. He wants to put in the jail of Chochmah, Amada, and conquer all the desires. So this basically he does. He wants to conquer all his desires. He wants to put all his actions under the head, under the Seichel Amada. So you see 2 things like that he has. Shokosha Kain. If only a Nazir is only one thing, it conquer his desire. It's called what? It's called a Nazir, and it's called Nezeroi Kavaroshoy. He has a crown of Hashem on his head. Because only 1 month he controls the type of wine. 1 month control the taiva and wine is already, Hashem puts on him a crown of Nazir means, what is Nazir? It says the Ibn Ezra, they put a crown on his head, a crown of God on his head. The Kama is
Baal Mussar.
Baal Mussar, that it wasn't Baal Mussar. He wants all his actions to be under the jail of thoughts, of Chokhmah, Amada, and to kovish all his desires. So, two things. He wants under the Chokhmah and all desires it wants to control. And how much crown did Hashem put on his head? Hundreds of crowns, thousands of crowns, millions of crowns on his head. So you know the Maila Musa is? The Maila Musa is, the guy learns Musa. And the Maila, if he keeps Musa, you know how much Maila he has? How much Hashem puts on a crown on his head on it? Unbelievable. So this is the big chidush that you learn from a Nazir. And then now he wants to bring the Even Ezra inside. Velosh, the last paragraph. Velosh on the Even Ezra. V'yesh omrim ki milas Nazir migzeras nezer. The word Nazir comes from the gzeira of crown. What does Nazir mean? It says a guy makes to me himself to be a Nazir. So what does a Nazir mean? It comes from the word crown. A crown. So a person that what? That he makes himself to be a Nazir. So Hashem puts on him a crown on his head. Nazir is lashon crown. Look what he says. Va'ed ki nezer lo yikav. Hashem puts on his head a crown on his head. Crown of God, not stam crown, not from human being. You come to be a king. Nezer and lo yikav. What does a crown mean? Crown means you're a king. Crown means king. The king on your head. Which king? King. You come to be a king. So now he tells you why. Ve'eino ochok is not far away. Da. Ki kol ben odom o people. Da kol ben odom o people. Avdei taivas ha'olam o people, a slave of desires. All people, slave of desires. Kol ben Adam, not one. All people, a slave of the desires. With all the dyes that they have, with all the things that need to be swims and everything to be good, the bottom line, the slave of the desires. They're running after desires like you never saw. V'amelech, and the king, be'emes eshto nezer. The king, he has really a crown. Ateres malchus berosho. He has the crown of kingdoms on his head. Why? This is the big chidush here. Big chidush. Ki kol mishu chavshi min hatayves. What is the crown on your head? Not desires in it. Yechavshi. For your desires, you are considered a king. A slave is what? Someone runs after his taivas. And what is a king who is chavshi from the taivas? He doesn't run after the taivas. Unbelievable. Mamash a big chiddush. It's not even, you could be 80 years old, 70 years old, 60 years old, 100 years old. No different. Time is a time.
What's the
So the avoid is what? To be chavshi from the taivas. From all the taivas have to be a chavshi. What does chavshi mean? You have to unhook all the taivas. So when you're nazir, it means you're putting aside the crown on his head. Because basically you don't run after the taivas. But what is the idea really? It's giving you the soidin that when you chavshi, when you taivas, you malchus ateres malchus berosha. You have a crown of malchus on your head.
What's the difference between the lashon nezer and ateres malchus berosha? If you say a nazir, this is the keter. So what's the ateres malchus berosha? What's the difference between the one? Maybe one is crowning, Hashem crown. That's the nazir.
One is only a crown. Second one is ateres malchus, the crown of malchus in the head.
What do you say?
You see, you have a crown. It means a show. I'll read the word. Hamelech, the king. Again, da. Kikol ben Adam avdei taivas olam. All people are slave of the taivas. You have it? V'hamelech be'emes, and the king is really yesh lo nezer. He has a crown. Who has the crown? The king. So the subject is what? Is what? The melech. The melech has what? A crown. And this melech has a malchus. Again, the subject, you have the subject and predicate. The melech has, be'emes says yeshlo, he has a crown. And what is his crown? V'ateres malchus berosho, and he puts the crown on his head. Again, you have the king has a crown, but he puts the.
What's the king's crown? The nezer, the nazir.
No, he says this. No, the king has a crown, and he puts the crown on his head. Who?
Nazir.
What is the crown on his head? Call me shen chavshi min hatav. This is the crown. When you chavshi from your taivas, this is the crown on his head. What is ateres malchus? Call me sheyesh loy. Call me shechavshi from the taiva. If you chavshi from your desires, the ateres. This is the ateres malchus beroisha. Ateres malchus beroisha is when? If you chavshi from the taiva. You see, you have all the world avdei taiva. Kol olam says, Kol ben Adam avdei taiva solam. All the world are slaves of the taiva. And the king has, who is the king of the world? He has the crown, and the malchus. When you put the malchus on your head. When you chavshi from the taivas, when what? When you.
What does it say before? It says nezer elokav al rosho. The line, just second line above.
I know this is the word ba'nosir.
That he has what? He has Hashem as the ateres malchus ba'rosho. As Hashem, the Kodesh Baruch Hu. This is what he has on his rosho. While the whole world has what on their head? Is the avdei emes ha'olam, is the taivas ha'olam. This is what they have on their head. What is the nazir? What is the one who the Baal Mussar have on his head? He has the nazir elokov of Hashem, which is the ateres malchus barosho. Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So the Malchus, he has the Malchus of control of himself. He's the Malchus of controlling of himself. He comes to be a master of himself and controlling himself. This is a king on yourself. You have to manlich your seichel and your rotzonos. You have to take all what you have and put it under your seichel. Like you said before, kom paloisov v'masa chochma. All your actions, you have to put it under the chochma. And all you have to desire is your control. And then basically is, you come to be a king. You're a king. You're a king. You're a king because you're not running after the taiva. You're not running after the taiva, not kas, kapdonus, COVID, all they made us. And this is a big chiddush here. It's a big chiddush here. Let's start from the beginning again. Start again. Kibalti divreichem, start from the beginning. And go over it again. Kibalti divreichem ani imini ba'ava. I accept your words. They are sweet to me with love. Inini roye, I see kol mishpat chachomim, all the words, all the judge of chachomim, le'oidois alaemes. They believe, they come to the truth. They admit on the truth. They admit on the truth. It means all the mishpat chachamim is what? Is moedan emes. V'chein darkeim loidas are also the ways to moedan emes. Also. So again, not only the seichel is moedan emes, also the actions, what they do, they're also moedan emes. V'sismach libi, because I'm happy with this. U'mizeh tikva, you have hope. Be'enai ki batitrapu mitchaze b'chochmas emes. You won't be weak, rifyoin, to mitchazek with the chochma of the emes. Ki hi chochma sayira. That is the chochma of the emes, is chochma of the yira. That is the real chochma. The real chochma is chochma sayira. The real chochma is real chochma sayira. The real chochma is chochma sayira. This is the real chochma. Or the real chochma is what? Real chochma, a chochma, eze chochma amitit, is chochma sayira. Chacham yoyre, chacham davka. So we have to mischazek ourselves to moedan emes, and our ways have to be moedan emes. It means habits. You see, there's two parts. There's one thing in chachma. I know in Gemara, you have to be in shaka v'tah, you have to be moedan emes. But also your actions, how you do, has to be also moedan emes. You go like this. Everything has to be konta emes. Every action you do has to be a PMS. Also be moedan emes. So your actions are not, you act like not a PMS. Your actions not emes, and you, so it's two chalokim. If you have these two chalokim, moedan emes, this is the Tanai to mischazik in yirat shamayim. Chochmas emes is yira. That you really get, because yirat shamayim is really chochmas emes. If you're not moedan emes, you won't have the chochma of yira. Chochma miri moedan emes, and then you have the chochma of emes. If you moedan emes, you have chochma emes. Vehine, so he says, you think. So then he says the Rishonim. In the very flug of Dollar Rishonim, Ramban, Vasforno, Chochma minus Mussar. Because you see, Musa brings you Yirat Shamayim, brings you the Chochmah of Emes, brings the Chochmah of Yira, Chochmah of Emes. And now I want to give you a toloda. You see, it tells you the Maila of Musa. I want to show you from a Nazir. What do you learn from Nazir? The Nazir, not because he was one that didn't go after his taiva. He has the crown on his head, Hashem on his head. It means, so what pshat? She makes a kabochim. Ishtomeru ima patechod al taivas yain chodesh echod al taiva al yain here. 1 month. And 1 month, if you have a taiva and yain 1 month, you control your taiva for 1 month. So limud yira, chochma sayira, that is the emes. To be in the end, ba'amus. What do you mean? What do it mean? You learn the chochma, a yira to be. What you want to be? What you want to be? A ba'amus. What name is ba'amus? Ashe'unach shom. What it means a ba'amus? To be all your actions. Yes, has to be according to chochma and mada, and all your desires you control. This is a ba'amus. All his action goes according to Chachma, and he controls all his ritzonos. Alachas kama v'kama, how much crown you have on your head. When you do that, when you decide you want to be a ba'amusa, so how much crown on your head you have? You walk in the street, you have no problems with type of woman, type of this. Why? You're ba'amusa. Ba'amusa means you control. Everything called the Chochmah, and all your desires you control. You can walk every place in the world, no problem, because you're a master of yourself. You're the king. You're the king, not your slave. You're not an eved of the taiva. You're not an eved of the taiva. You what are you are? Eved Hashem. You put a crown of Hashem on you. So this is, he says here, because you have Nezer Elokim HaRosho, you have. And he tells you the rule. Because all of the Avdei HaMelech, all the people they go after the Eved of the Taiva. And what is the king who has the crown? He puts a crown in his choshev. This is the cool. You have Avodim, and you have the king. You have an Eved and a king. You have to make a decision. What, you want to be an Eved? You want to be a slave? You want to be an Eved and a slave, or you want to be a king? So if you want to have taivas, you're a slave. Slave of the taivas. Welcome to be a slave of the taiva. But if you want to be a king, you want to put yourself the crown, you have to be chavshi from the taiva. Now he says to you, if you're chavshi from the taiva, it's not enough. Then you basically, that is the mile of Nezer al Rosho, because the Nazir is only 1 point, and here is a Chachma Musa. He puts all his kovish, all his ritzonos, and not only that, everything he puts under the Chachma. So how much he comes to be real king? He comes to be real in a situation Ateres Malchus Barosho, because he puts the Chachma, and he has real Chachma on his head. He real Chachma's head, and his head he has. So unbelievable how much quality is to be a ba'amusa. Who doesn't want to be ba'amusa? That they made a decision. I want to be a Musa. Say, I want to be a ba'amusa. Say, I want to be a ba'amusa. What does ba'amusa means? All your actions under the Masar HaChochma, everything goes under the Chochma, under the rules of the Chochma, and the Mada, and you kovish all your desires. This is a ba'amusa.
What's the comparison with a Nazir to a ba'amusa? What's the
This is one thing.
That was one thing.
And this is everything. This is everything. He wants to control everything.
The Nazir makes the decision
Right.
Baal Musa makes the decision.
Right.
The Nazir makes the decision for a kohen.
For 1 month.
For 1 month.
But Baal Musa, he make this all his life.
All of his life.
Right.
It's not that you think a Nazir because Bishvil a Nazir be asmo mina yayin. It's not because of that. The whole Chachma here is wants to teach you is that you make the decision.
You make a decision that you want to be. You make that decision that you want all your life to be under the seichel or the chachma and control yourself. You come to have a nazir is not in one day called nazir. After 1 month he's a nazir. But this whole month is called a nazir because he made a decision that this month he won't drink wine. She's called a nazir. So you make a decision. I want to be a Baal Musa.
And he gets the keter or
he gets the keter when you make a decision to be a Baal Musa.
How much more so? The kama.
How much keter you have in your head? How much nezer? How much is it? Unbelievable. How much is it? So who doesn't want to be a Baal Musa? Who would to be a Musa? Raise his hand. Who would to be a Musa? You want to be a Musa? Very good. So now, make that decision. Already you have the crown on your head.